talented actress whose films included Time to Kill and Double Jeopardy. She's also the new face of Estee Lauder's latest skincare line, American Beauty. Please welcome the lovely Ashley Judd.
I'm much better. I was very cranky earlier, but you have cheered me up. I bet you cheer up millions of Americans every day.
Well, I hope so. That's very nice of you to say. That's really sweet of you. Thanks. So, are you feeling okay? That's tea right there.
I am. It's just a little cold in here, so I've got some hot water.
Are you cold?
I live on hot water. I used to make it for my restaurant. I had a restaurant, actually a bar and lounge, when I was about 11.
Uh-huh.
It was. I gave it my middle name, which is such an original way. You know, not a lot of pride and arrogance, not the first name.
What was
Subtle,
the middle
name? Tyler.
Uh-huh.
And I would go down there every summer in my grandparents' basement and play and serve hot water. And that's all I offered. But I was a big success with myself.
What would you charge for the hot water?
I was generous. I didn't charge anything.
Oh.
All my imaginary friends really didn't have any money,
oh,
so
I
was going to put myself out of business.
So it really didn't work, did it, at all? That, you know, I bet you could have a hot water restaurant and it would work. If you did, you can sell people anything if you tell them it's good for you. And supposedly it is better to drink warm water than cold water. Mm-hmm. So, now why were you cranky? Do you mind saying, or do you not want to say?
I had a cup of coffee for the first time in a year.
And that made you cranky?
It made me bitter and violent. I was in a horrible mood.
Now, why did you have coffee?
Because I'm staying at a friend's house and I ran out of tea. And I had a tiny sip of it yesterday, and I love the flavor, I love the aroma and the smell. I think I need to stick to the coffee ice cream, however, and not the coffee beverage.
Right.
Bad.
You know, well, I tried to go off coffee in front of everyone, and I couldn't make it. I lasted 3 days, and I thought I was going to, but I've actually quit coffee for a year before, and I slowly started back on it. And it's really tough, isn't it?
We're in like coffee AA, this conversation.
Exactly. But I think, well, listen, I talked about it on the show, and I got thousands of emails. Everybody feels very strongly about coffee, one way or the other. Yeah. So, but anyway, so you're not going to have coffee anymore. All right. Well, we put some whiskey in there for you, so hopefully.
Super. Little Kentucky bourbon.
Yeah. Now, and so your husband, by the way, I should say congratulations. Is he here in town or no?
He's shopping with friends.
Okay. Well, that's nice.
The woman is working, the man is shopping.
For you?
We're big on role reversal and playing in our marriage.
That's great. Tell us about that. Right, so this is your husband. He's a race car driver, right?
He is.
Or he's wearing a jumpsuit for no reason. Or you should shop with him more often. His name is Dario, correct? Yes. And it's your 3rd anniversary?
Our 3rd anniversry is
coming
imminent.
Up.
Yes.
And like how soon will it be?
Our anniversary is the 12th of December.
The 12th of December. And now what will you get him? Because I have a list of what 3rd year is. Do you know what it is?
Leather.
Yes.
Is the modern.
Right.
My godmother gave me a book, so I'm up on that.
No, the modern actually is crystal or glass. The traditional is leather.
Well, crystal glass works real well for me because I'm still trying to collect our wedding crystal. So this is very convenient.
Okay, good. Well, crystal, if anybody wants to send...
Tiffany, the little dot pattern.
Okay.
Just Franklin, Tennessee, we get the mail. You don't need a street address or anything.
Just address it to you. Now, what did you get? Because last year was cotton, and the first year was paper.
We did, I don't know if we're following the modern or the other one, but for my 1st anniversary, I got a beautiful wooden calligraphy pen because it was wood. And Dario got nothing because I was so obsessed with what he was going to get me, I didn't get him anything. It was the most rude thing I've probably ever done in the 5.5 years that I've known him.
You didn't get him anything?
I was like agitating all the time to make sure, have you had enough time to go shopping? Are you going into town today with your sister? Well, I know that it was so selfish.
Well, you had a pen to write a sorry note. You could have. Now, do you do calligraphy? Is that why he gave you?
It's actually not calligraphy. It's the other one. What do you call it? A fountain pen. Just like a pretty fountain pen. I'll write your thank you note with it.
It's basically just a pen he gave you.
Yes.
But a fancy wooden one.
Yes, from Cartier.
From
really
Cartier.
Pretty.
Well, that's a very
So I
nice
don't
pen.
travel with it. It stays at my writing desk to make sure I never lose it.
Yeah, so now you owe him big time. Today you should get him, like, you know, is he shopping, do you think, for your anniversary today?
I don't know. I do think there's a treat somewhere in my immediate future, but he loves being a race car driver. He loves Ferraris. And when he was little, he was in some Ferraris that had a very distinctive leather smell because the dye they used to use was very pungent. And so he's obsessed with the smell of leather, and it's great that it's leather, and I'll get him something really pretty.
So maybe you'll get him a Ferrari with leather seats.
His dream.
You can do that.
No, this morning, one of the first things I heard, because he went to breakfast with friends at a hotel, and there was a yellow Enzo, this kind of Ferrari, sitting out front. And this is really what I want to talk about right when I wake up. The fact that there's a yellow Enzo at the hotel.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's great.
Yeah. So he's making you look out the window and everything?
He was calling me from there.
Oh, I see. I see. Well, now, so let me ask you this: Are you into the? Because you must have a lot of cars. If he's a race car driver, you must have. Are you into race car driving first of all?
I'm into what he does, absolutely. And I knew nothing about it when we met. I was fully ignorant and very, very nervous actually around his sport because it's obviously based on speed and the pit stops need to be critically fast. And I was afraid I was going to be in the way or trip on something or really just mess something up. And then within weeks, I was like stretched out on the pit wall reading the Sunday New York Times.
Really? You don't get nervous anymore?
No.
I can't imagine. Well, and first of all, how do you meet? Like most actresses and actors are together because they're at parties and you're in your own, or musicians because you're in that world. But how do you meet a race car driver? Like where were y'all at the same time?
It was a blind date. It was a very graceful blind date. I think when I was at the party first. It was a wedding reception. When he arrived, we were basically shoved at each other, like hello. Very, not very subtle.
And right away, did you go, that's the guy? And he felt the same way? Oh, that's great.
I love it when he tells the story because he always says very nice things. That's one of my, all couples, they have their little patter in their stories and whatever. And
Right.
when it's his turn to tell it, it makes me feel good.
Well, have him come on and tell it.
By the way, one of his nightmares is when I talk about him.
Really?
He's very, very shy.
Oh, all right, then we'll stop. I don't want to make him feel uncomfortable, but I think that's sweet. Now, it's always interesting to me that, it's like such different worlds, But you live in Tennessee, right?
We live in Tennessee and in Scotland.
And in
which is
Scotland?
beautiful.
Wow, I bet that is beautiful.
It's awesome. It is so majestic and gorgeous. I love it.
Yeah, I've never been, but I enjoy kilts. I didn't know where to go. All right. We have to go to a commercial, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back with Ashley Judd. And so tell us about you're the new, what do you call it, for spokesperson for Estee Lauder, for the American Beauty. Now, this ad, this is what is amazing about this. Can you see right here? Usually, whenever you're in, and I have a big beef about this, because when you're in magazines, you do a photo shoot, and then they always touch you up to make you look almost like just flawless, like people never have wrinkles, never look, and it's so ridiculous, because I do a photo shoot, and I'm like, just leave me alone. I don't look like that. I have wrinkles. They didn't have to touch up one thing on her. They didn't airbrush one thing. That's amazing.
They spent hours on the dogs.
But she said they spent hours on the dogs, though. These were Shar-Peis, and now they're labs. Now, that's risky, wearing a white dress with labs. Were they jumping all over you?
They were very well behaved, and as you know, we have 2 dogs, and so the older one, who is incredibly well trained, I tried to learn a little bit from the handler and bring that to our own dogs who can, they're pretty serene, but at times they're naughty.
Yeah, your dogs that were in the dressing room, you said you bring them everywhere. They're cockapoos.
Cockapoos.
Cockapoos. It's just fun to say. And here's what I love also. You live in Tennessee. It must be beautiful there, and the farm must be incredible. And do you square dance, right?
We recently had a big square dance in the backyard.
Yeah, and so you know me in dancing. When somebody says I've never square danced ever. So,
you didn't have it in PE?
No.
We had, in Tennessee, in Kentucky, we had square dance in PE.
Yeah,
for 6 weeks.
I believe that's just Tennessee. And I don't know that everybody. All right, so can you teach me? Do I need anything?
I can. Well, it's always good if you get in the spirit of it with a little wardrobe. I mean, if you set the wardrobe.
Do you have something?
All
right.
Well, gee, conveniently.
Great.
I mean,
it
helps.
Wow, what a coincidence. Me too.
I think that you might have more than I do. I'm already wearing a skirt, Ellen.
Oh, all right, I'll wear a skirt.
You know, it's an...
All right. We have audience members that are going to help us.
Hi, are you all square dancers on a regular basis?
Not regularly, no.
Okay, but you have before?
Hi. Hi. How you doing? I'm Ellen.
Hi, I'm Chris.
I'm Chris.
Hi.
You're making it easy
Chris and
for
Chris?
us. Thanks.
Oh,
Because
what
it's
do you know?
nerve-wracking, square dancing.
And this is Ashley.
Okay, so first of all, we're gonna make a square, and we'll just do a few little things. I mean, normally you've got a lot of people, and you can weave in and out of each other and make stars and do the Virginia reel and whatever. So how about, will you please be my partner?
Yes, I will.
Okay, and you all can partner?
Okay.
Chris
Okay,
and
so
Chris?
That means that one of the first things you do, because it's very polite. No, I'm just teasing. It's honor your partner, so say hi to your partner.
How do you do?
How do you do, partner?
How do you do?
And then we're corners, so we honor each other. Howdy, partner. And then why don't we just
How y'all doing? What's up?
why don't we just swing, okay?
All right.
You know, just a little swing, okay? And then I'm gonna swing with my corner. So y'all just stand there and keep the rhythm. Stand there and keep the rhythm, okay? And now swing with your partner again. And how about a little do-si-do? Right? Okay. Now I think you're doing well, and I'm gonna send you over to do-si-do with somebody else, and I'll keep time. And then one of my favorite things, which I don't know if we can really do it, but we can promenade. So you go like this and just kind, you know what I mean? And then like turn back. Yes, we're doing a promenade. And then you eat a lot.
All right, and then we'll eat.
And then we'll have fried chicken.
That's easy. I liked it a whole lot. Thank you very much, partner. I appreciate it. You can purchase American Beauty products at Kohl's stores nationwide. Everybody in the audience is getting a gift bag courtesy of Estee Lauder. We're calling the new